We gotta get real close, Frank.
Nope.
You're really close.
Too close.
Too
Personal space.
personal space. No, Frank. We do not have personal bubbles with each other.
Just figure yourself. No way, man. Personal bubbles. All about it.
All right, welcome to another bonus kind of field edition of Winging It with Frank and Sammy. We're out birding, looking for a cave swallow. Didn't find it today.
Found a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, about 70 other species. But we covered the Big Year movie last time, and we had some technical difficulties. Frank's audio went out. So
It's a curse.
yeah, so we're just gonna do a little 10-minute recap of our thoughts on the Big Year movie. And again, we're out in the field. We're next to a military base, so there is a plane that's swooping around. So we may have to cut in and out.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Again, we're just winging it. But
It's a good excuse. The title is an excuse for everything we do.
yeah, the title exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly. That's why we have the title.
I know. All right. Big year.
The big year. So we were talking about listers and kind of transitioning and comparing that to the big year and kind of what we liked about the big year, what we didn't. Frank, you said that you thought the big year should have been funnier given the cast.
Yeah, that was my big thing with it. I mean, as a birder, I enjoyed the movie because it was about birders and birds, but I don't think it was compelling enough to draw in non-birders, and I think that's why it kind of suffered at the box office. But they went all out with the cast, right? It was, Jack Black and Steve Martin and
Owen Wilson. Rosamund Pike.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of comedians. It should have been. I wish they had put more effort into making it humorous rather than serious, I guess. Like, I want a serious movie about birding, but if you're going to have those actors and actresses in it, I feel like it should be funnier, and I think that would have done better that way. They had to add things to it to make it more dramatic, right? All the love relationships and everything, and then they get this huge cast of comedians, and you kind of have the expectation that it's going to be like more amusing than it was. Like, I feel like people who were not hardcore into birders would just kind of be like, okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's people who aren't hardcore into birders, they have to get introduced to the movie by someone who is. And then I think it's funnier if they're like, oh yeah, I know that's like you,
Right,
like my
yeah.
friends.
Yeah, do you relate to this? A little, maybe.
Yeah. Why do you think it did better, or why do you think Listers did better when compared to, or at least it seems that most people, they like the big year, but people really like Listers.
They do. I think it's a different environment now, right? It's a post-COVID world, and birding's had such an explosion of interest during COVID that I think people are more open to it now. It's reaching younger generations. It came out streaming on YouTube, so it was easily accessible. You didn't have to go to the theaters. And I think those things kind of combined just made it more popular.
Yeah, and I think too with Listers, there is a sort of POV that's unique in the sense of the big year, right? We're following these three characters of Owen Wilson's character, Jack Black, and Steve Martin as they're doing their big years. Whereas in Listers, we're looking at their big year from their point of view, from their perspective. And I think that is much more relatable.
And they were beginners.
And they were total novices.
In the big year, they're all already experts. Like, I can identify every bird I hear, So it's easier to kind of get drawn into it. It's like, oh, this guy doesn't know anything about birds either. And then it's, you can watch the shenanigans unfold.
Yeah, that would be for our listeners. If you want to do some homework, maybe you can watch The Big Year if you haven't watched it yet, and then watch Listers back to back. They're, probably not in the same day. They're both like 2 hours, which I think is impressive to have a 2-hour YouTube documentary that has 2.5 million views.
Yeah. Imagine, that's a lot of editing. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
It took a year to do it all, right? To film it at least. So it's impressive. I'm jealous.
But maybe watch both of those back to back and let us know your comments, which one you prefer, if you are a birder or if you are a non-birder. Sorry, we have to keep checking.
Does it feel like the birds are just trying to distract us? There's like a yellow rump doing little dances over here. Oh, the plane is coming though.
The plane is coming, so maybe we'll have to break here. Anyways, so yeah, watch. It'd be interesting to hear from you guys if you like Listers or the Big Year more, and if you are a birder or just a friend of a birder or a family friend of the birder, family family friend, you know, a family member of the birder. That's what I was trying to say.
How many degrees are you separated from a birder? That's basically, it's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. That's like, yeah, for birders.
Because I think with listers, like you mentioned, since they start off as a novice, you can kind of, even if you're not a birder, you can kind of put yourself in their shoes. There's a point of entry, so to speak, for everybody. Whereas with Big Year, it is a bit more like, if you've ever done a big year, or if you are a serious birder, you get that. If you haven't, you're kind of like, oh, this is weird, and maybe.
Weird. Like watching it with different people, I get questions like, do birders really do this? Is this real? Is this like a thing that people do? And so they don't know.
Yeah, and I think with listers, they're like, oh, these are real people who are now doing this.
Yep. Look at these kids living out of a van.
Yep. And if you do enjoy listers, they actually do have a field guide that they have published.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this.
I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah, it's basically, they drew and illustrated it of all the birds that they saw during their big year. So it's not all the birds in North America, but just the birds that they saw.
Okay.
And it's, like the movie, it's very tongue-in-cheek. It does not take itself very seriously.
It's the best way to be.
So if that is something that is interesting to you can check out the Lister's field guide as well. But anyways, just wanted to do a little wrap up since we weren't able to, because of technical difficulties, get this recorded the first time around.
I'll fix it.
Yeah, so we fixed it. You get to hear a lovely background of the birds that we got here. If you're listening to this on the podcast version, some of the birds you may be hearing: red-winged blackbirds, white-crowned sparrows, house sparrows, yellow-rumped warblers. What else? I mean, there's tons of stuff that's around. Oh, we have a godwit that's flying by.
Distracting.
You can't hear that though.
No.
For the audio listeners, that's maybe
Cowbirds,
you can test your ears as well.
We got a squirrel now.
We got a ground squirrel, but that's not making any sound currently. Anyways, next time it's going to be Valentine's Day-ish?
Yeah.
Close to that. So we're going to be doing a little podcast about birds and some of their courtship and mating rituals. So if you have any particular species or questions that you guys would like us to cover, let us know. But otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being understanding with our technical difficulties. That's why, we are winging it, so it's in the name.
It's in the name.
But we'll catch you guys next time.